Okay, so I asked a very renowned real estate developer, one of the biggest in the country, what is the core element of a real estate company? And he told me, Vigolo, any good business, any successful business is a marketing company. Okay, if you can't get clients coming to buy, you are out of business. So once you are teaching real estate, and this is not so that you become an employee, as much as when you do this, you can become a good employee. The deal is for us to become investors, okay, developers, and people who have successfully earned good money in the industry. You need to learn marketing because you need to build an audience that will listen to you. Now, the other people who also want to learn this that I'm doing, I'm sure it's because they've seen me on social media and they want to do what we are doing. So I intend to teach digital marketing. That will be the next two classes from this. But before that, okay, I want to teach a little bit about just marketing in general, assuming you went into a marketing class, the things that you will be taught. Because I find that these things can be really interesting, especially for an industry like real estate. You have to think about it. So I'll be teaching you the core elements of marketing and then the seven part piece of marketing. Today's one is the seven piece of marketing. The next one after this one is going to be the core elements of marketing. These two things should always be at the back of your mind when you are in this industry. Depending on whatever of the value chain that you find yourself, always think about this when you are doing real estate, okay? So come with me. A lot of people neglect some of them, and if you neglect them, you pay dearly for it. What I tell people is that, let me put marketing here. I don't believe there is any one thing that it is or that it takes to be successful or to do some form of stuff. Okay? I don't think there is any one thing. It's usually a successful system of a few things done well. Okay, so always remember that at the back of your mind. So when you go to school, especially, you realize that they'll be teaching you a lot of things because we don't know which one is going to work for you. Okay. The other one is that if you can have a successful system of all of them, your chances of success is usually higher. So when you are doing real estate, people think real estate is about the properties and the like, which is good, which is nice. And sometimes people think it's about the money, which is good, which is nice. But the first thing that is the biggest deal in real estate is people. And I've always been saying people all the time. You remember when I did this? Okay, for you who is coming into real estate, okay, who is not rich and famous, you would have an investor to please, okay? So maybe if you don't have money, you need investors. You have to think about these people. They have to make their money back. You understand? Then, I've taught this before. If you've gotten the money now, you need... Okay, let's come. If you've gotten the money now, you need contractors. Okay? You need contractors who will be doing the job for you, because no matter how skilled and knowledgeable you are in real estate, even myself, who I am a contractor, I have more than 50 workers doing one job. Before the work is done, more than 50 people go to the site. So I have to think about these people. They have to be paid well. They have to be happy. Okay, I don't have to owe them. Okay, they have to be served. I don't have to waste their time. When they ask for something, it has to be brought. Suppliers, all the guys, they are here. Okay, then you think about clients. Okay, so usually this man pays first. He pays these people, and then this guy now comes to pay these people. Okay, at clients, that's why we learn customer experience. Okay, customer relationship and experience. Okay, but I like experience. Now, when you are doing real estate and you are thinking about people, the most important of them would be who? That depending on what you want to do. If you want to make money, it's the clients, because even the investor needs to please the client. But usually he's not there when you start building. So you have to think for him by answering key questions during the feasibility study or facing your product, so that when you build the first one, he comes to give you feedback. Then you use it to improve the product. But if you build 1,000 units from the onset, you're not going to get clients. You would have misused the investors' money, and only the contractors may make money. So beware of these people. Me, Sometimes they are happy to make their money. They don't care about the clients. The only deal with me is that because I have the real estate exposure, I think about this. So sometimes if you are an investor, if you are building your house, you are the investor. Okay, if you are building a house, you are the investor. And you have a contractor who doesn't understand user experience. Okay. So user experience is a very interesting word here. A lot of people don't understand user experience. I said this. I did a car transaction, then I realized that the pedigree of the fitter that I did the transaction with was so low that he couldn't even tell that the car is not a kind of car that I like. That it matters. So if you are building and you use a mason to build a 4-bedroom mansion with swimming pool, the pedigree of that mason may not understand the kind of building you are looking for. He has not traveled. He has not seen good houses before. He has not sat in a good couch before. He has not bathed in a bathtub before. He doesn't know that hot water can come from shower. He doesn't know that there are things like kitchen island. He will give you advice that will not suit your expectation. So if you are building, especially the dream house one, which should not be your first house, you have to make sure that you know someone who has experience, client exposure, someone who has been through this before. Okay, either his own projects or at least he has worked for a good company. So when you study, you see that the people who have money, they prefer to work with workers who have worked with big companies because they've seen it. They've seen luxury. And that's where the big money is. And when you want to retire, you don't want to be fixing pipes and things on retirement. You don't want to be paying money for broken doors. Okay. So people, it's always people. We have not mentioned money yet. These are all people that need to be pleased. And if you can please these people, you can make more money. You can get more jobs. Because you realize I was telling that, previous experience. So recommendation. And the people come back, I like the first house. I want to build another one. You understand? But if these things are not put in place, I've taught this before at the beginning. You can go and look at them. You are going to have a tough time, okay? Your contractors can be your employees. Sometimes, especially when we are doing marketing, you bring a national service personnel to sell a $3 million house. Sometimes people say, yeah, because they are hungry. I wish you were. Am I doing propaganda? So let's go to the product. By now, I've described the product. So, okay. For me, if I had my way, I would have put the product at the 7. So let's put the product at the 7. Then the reason why I want to put the product at the 7 is that every other thing that we are going to do affect the product. But usually you should have the product in mind, because if you don't have the product in mind, how will you even think about people who can use that product? Okay. So it depends. But that's about. Let me treat other things first. The place. Where are you building? Do rich people want to stay at who? A rich businessman who has come from Nigeria to tap oil at Takoradi. Okay, and his girlfriends are all Legon students. Does he have any business in Ho? Why are you laughing? Okay, sorry about that experience. It's quite terrible one, but always think about that. Okay, so where are the rich people going to? In real estate, we serve rich people. Okay, where are the rich people? Or the people who want to be rich, where are they going to? Or the people who want people to think they are rich, where are they going to? You have to find them. Where are they? Okay, because if you serve rich people, you make more money. Always think about that when you are doing real estate. So where's the place? Okay, sometimes people are so excited about airport. The noise that comes at airports, me, I cannot stay there. Sometimes people are excited about the mines, the machines, and the risk industries. Tema, you understand? There's so much risk. Sometimes the traffic density, the road, the place, it affects a lot of things. If it's not done, this hardly works. Okay, so always think about it. Then the next one that I've thought about as well, I would like to put it at number 6, the price. Okay, because you have to get all the other things right to set the price, or sometimes you can reverse engineer it. Okay, and see who is suit the product, then how price. Then so let me treat other things, then we can all come back to the price, the process. Okay, the process. What method are you going to use to build it? What method are you going to use to sell it? Is it going to be social media marketing? Is it going to be precast? Is it going to be, are you even going to pre-sell? Are you going to sell off plan, or are you going to complete before you sell? Okay, off plan. Let me talk about off plan and on plan. Okay, off plan, or are you going to finish buildings? Okay, okay. If you've never built before, okay, if you are a starter, you have to finish the building to have a portfolio for people to trust you and buy. But starters don't have money, so they are forced to do off plan. But if you don't have a reputation, how do you intend to do off plan? Nobody will buy. So if you don't have a reputation and you want to do off plan, don't do off plan more than 100,000. This is one key issue, because you've not built before. We don't know you. You don't have money. You are building a $500,000 house, and you want me to give you $200,000 before you hit the ground. You can never make it. Okay, think about it. So always make sure that you suit the space if you want to build upland, because I see a lot of real estate conversations and a lot of entrepreneurs ambitious and those stuff. If you see someone doing it successfully, go and check. They have track record. They have clients. They are pleased. They started somewhere. You can't just start with $100,000 project. No, don't make that mistake. Okay, especially if you don't have the money. If you have the money to be building it, then people will see what you are doing and come. If you don't have the money, don't do it. Rich people don't trust poor people with their money. I'm telling you this. Or do you trust me with your money? If you trust me with your money, send me Momo. Is it true? Then 4. How did I even clean that? I want to do promotion. Okay. I also see this a lot. A lot of people have a fantastic product they don't want to spend a lot of money to promote. But sometimes just the promotion alone can increase the value of product, because value is in the mind. So if you bring Abedipele to promote your property, the Abedipele fans will buy it for more. But if you don't promote it, nobody will even know that you are doing anything good. Nobody will see. You are invincible. Okay, the Bible says, go ye into the world and make disciples of me. Go ye into the world. That's the Great Commission. So if each one of you, when he sees a light, will keep it under his bed. You have to put it out there for people to see. And that's why we are doing marketing. That's why we are doing social media and those things. So it has to be out there. Do you understand? It has to be out there. Otherwise, nobody is going to mind you. And then physical evidence. Okay, this is what I was talking about when I was talking about the process. Okay, you can't do off-plan if there's no physical evidence. Okay, that's why sometimes contractors use big cars, and other people who are trying to do these things, you need to have that kind of flashy vibe, you know. You have to wear a suit. Okay, if you want to do real estate sales, especially if you're a starter, don't be like me. You can't come with a t-shirt, afro hair, you pack a red Yaris outside there, you're wearing Crocs. So I'm selling a $500,000 house. The man looks at you. You know this man needs help. He give you some $2,000. You don't even call him again. You see, okay, one of the houses, the lands that are sold, the person is now a very good friend of mine. When they paid, it was over the weekend. By Monday, they called to confirm that whether I was a fraudster. So why they say, this guy was talking to them every day. Then, since I paid, he never called. I didn't even know they paid. Okay, so you need physical evidence. You have to really think about that. Then with these things, you build your price. So the promotion is going to affect your price. The process is going to affect your price. The place, the cost of them is going to affect. And if it is rich people, it's going to affect the price. Now you realize that when we are talking, we say, oh, if it is rich people, you can make more money. So rich people want to squeeze you. Don't forget that. Rich people are some of the hardest negotiators. I can tell you from experience. So you set the price. You have some tolerance, negotiation. Okay, someone called me this morning. I wanted to buy something that I was selling. Okay, with a 2-year payment plan. I say if it's a 2-year payment plan, the price will go up by 40% because inflation is 25%. I just thought in the previous class that will make the thing 60% more expensive. So if I give you 40% higher, I've given you a 20% discount. But you don't understand. I needed money now. That's how I even agreed to sell the thing. You want to do a 2-year payment plan. You know how many of that I would have reproduced in 2 years? Build it into the price. Okay. Then with all these things, you form a product. By the time you go through those process, you realize that you will not build affordable housing. We'll talk about that one in the future. Why affordable housing is only built by government. Because when you put all these things together, you cannot build affordable housing, because you realize that the people who want a $20,000 house don't have it. The people who have $20,000, they don't want a $20,000 house. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'll see you in the next one.